Welcome to The Business Beat from Greater Mankato Growth. I'm Jonathan Ziert, President and CEO of GMG, a regional chamber of commerce and economic development organization. We strive to help advance businesses to build a stronger community, now and in the future. Each episode, we'll be sharing some marketplace highlights focusing on business and economic development from across the region. Each show will consist of 3 5-minute spots featuring 2 different member guests that will air all month, as well as a 5-minute spot on community events, highlights, and other important news from the Greater Mankato region. One of those important highlights this month is the subject of talent fulfillment. Keeping and attracting talent relies heavily on the assets and the infrastructure in our regional marketplace. The first of those is the quality health care that's available to each of us. Greater Mankato is truly fortunate to have the regional headquarters for the Mayo Clinic Health System with a hospital and 13 clinics in Greater Mankato, as well as the Mankato Clinic, who you'll hear much more from later in this episode, and the Orthopedic and Fracture Clinic. Over the years, our area's healthcare providers have continued to expand their services, minimizing the needs for residents to travel for specialized treatments. A second of these factors is the livability of our community, the things that we like to see and do. As a community and as an organization, we're being proactive to develop a vibrant and a bustling scene for folks that work and live here. For our part, you'll see a new and improved GreaterMankatoEvents.com website this summer. It'll be more mobile friendly and offer some new features that will make it easier to find out what's going on in our community at any given time. This site gives our region a unique look inside local activities that appeal to all ages and allows event organizers to promote their events in one place, no matter the type of event: music, sports, public affairs forums, you name it. Some of our wonderful partners working on this project are Voyager Web, Twin Rivers Center for the Arts, the Free Press, and Visit Mankato. There are many factors that contribute to a vibrant and livable community. GMG is working to spread that word, but really a community where people want to live and raise their families is not an effort. There are many private, public, and nonprofit businesses and organizations across the region that contribute and build our community. In fact, one of our guests you'll meet later in the show contributes to our livability in many ways and is a proven local favorite pastime for many residents. I'm talking about the Mankato Moondogs. GMG also holds our annual Songs on the Lawn in the City Center each Thursday in June over the noon hour. Songs on the Lawn gives coworkers, friends, and families an opportunity to gather in the City Center to enjoy live music from area bands, as well as purchase lunch and snacks sold by a variety of local vendors. The other important highlight in this episode focuses on member benefits and resources. First, our recruitment toolbox. Do you know someone, or are you yourself moving to the Greater Mankato region? Maybe your business is looking to attract new or retain talented employees in this region. Our recruitment toolbox is designed as a toolkit to showcase top recognition and proudly promote what it's like to live, work, and play here. Some folks may not know that the Mankato North Mankato MSA is located in what we like to call a sweet spot of southern Minnesota. Only a quick 1-hour drive from the Twin Cities, including the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, and yet only a 12-minute average work-to-commute ratio. Mankato also ranks as one of the most affordable college towns in the state. You can find out more and more of these enticing facts about our Greater Mankato community at greatermankato.com/toolbox. Second, our blog. Are you in the know? Be sure to check out the Greater Mankato blog, which contains staff stories on topics that you will want to read. Sign up to receive instant alerts via email when news posts are made. greatermankatoblog.com. Speaking of staying in the know, I want to let you know about an all-new benefit we just launched for members of Greater Mankato Growth: exclusive member content. Members, watch your inbox for an all-new member benefit we think you're going to like. We're always working to advance business in innovative ways. Every month, we will now be delivering an article that will provide useful insights, tips, and tricks that you can use to positively and easily bring success to your business and your professional career. Articles include such topics as the best TED Talk for businesses, beginning Twitter tips and tricks, how to write killer email subject lines to get noticed, and so much more. Now we'll have a couple of guests from our marketplace share about their business. We want to give you an inside look at who they are and how they contribute to our marketplace and in making Greater Mankato even greater. So welcome to our Members to Remember segment, and I'm joined by Randy and Marcia from the Mankato Clinic. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you with us today. So, Randy, let's start a little bit with the history of the Mankato Clinic. It's quite a past and quite a year you're coming into.
Yeah. So it's a very exciting year for the Mankato Clinic. We're celebrating our 100-year anniversary. And we had a big celebration back in January to commemorate that. And it was actually really fun because we dug into some of the history of the clinic to learn, what are our origins? Where do we come from? And, it was interesting to find out that the Mankato Clinic was one of the first group practices in the country. I mean, that was kind of a new model.
In the entire country?
In the entire country. Physicians used to practice back in the early 1900s. They were almost all in solo practice type clinics. But the idea was, let's come together and share resources and staff. Specialization was just starting to occur. Back in the olden days, the doc did everything. They'd do surgery, they'd deliver a baby. So this specialization was starting to occur, and so the model was to create a group practice where you'd bring specialists in and start to create a multi-specialty environment, and that's where we've grown. So right now we have about 90 physicians in the clinic. I'd say we cover over 20 specialties. We also have a significant number of what we call advanced practice providers, roughly 50, so PAs, nurse practitioners, audiologists, various other specialists. And we've got about, I think we're up to about 10 locations now. Our main base here in Mankato, but we also have clinics in St. Peter, Mapleton, Lake Crystal. We have a relationship in Medelia. We do outreach to a number of communities, New Ulm, Fairmont, and so on. So we've got a strong presence in Mankato, but also a regional presence.
And you've really become a major employer in the region as well. You have.
Yeah, I think we up to about 750 employees now, and so yeah.
That's a big impact in the regional economy, and
absolutely
a great element that really adds to our livability as a marketplace. Now, you describe that history, and it starts to talk a little bit about where your sweet spot is. What is it that the Mankato Clinic is really good at and positions itself to be?
I guess I would have to say that it's really an awesome responsibility to be entrusted and to take care of someone's health. Mm-hmm. And that's really what we're all about. That's our sweet spot, is how do we help patients achieve optimal health. And there's been a lot of advancements along the way over the 100 years. Mm-hmm. I think things have gotten a lot better. We've gotten much more sophisticated. We've got better technology. And it's really exciting right now because I feel like we're entering into a new era where we're not only looking at how do we take care of patients when they get sick, but also how do we help promote healthy lifestyle choices and partner with our patients so that maybe we can keep them out of the healthcare system. And I want to have Marcia Barr, our marketing communications person, talk a little bit about one of our initiatives around health and helping people thrive.
As part of our 100th anniversary, we thought, let's look forward instead of backward. And let's look at what the health of our region will be in the future. And so we decided we needed to roll out a community health initiative to encourage people to kind of take ownership of their own health and what changes they could make to be more healthy. So one of our physicians, Dr. Bob Gazzola, came up with the idea of basing it on this book, Eat, Move, Sleep, which I think you've probably read, mm-hmm. Jonathan.
Yeah.
And it's a simple read, and it focuses on how you can make small changes in your life that will really, or small choices will make really big changes in your life. Mm-hmm. So it focuses on how do we eat better, move more, and focus on healthy sleep. And the sleep one is really the one people forget about, that we really need 7.5 to 8 hours sleep per night. And I don't know about you, John. I mean, you're so active during the day,
I'm regimented about my sleep, but I don't know if I get quite that every night.
Yeah, so it focuses on those important things, and it's an easy read. Yeah. There's little nuggets in there that are really good for everybody, and everyone's health is on a different plateau. Mm-hmm. So what can they do to stay more healthy? Right. And we've really been lucky to have some great community partners. in the region that are helping us with this. KYC TV is our media sponsor. They've been fabulous. They do a weekly segment every week on Tuesdays during their news about Eat, Move, Sleep, and talk to different community members about what they're doing to improve their health. We've also partnered with Hy-Vee and with Shields, Vine, the local libraries. We've donated this book to all the libraries in the area, so if people want to check it out, they can.
So it's really about having to be pervasive throughout our community, right?
Right.
In all corners and all places we go. Let me just ask you this sort of last question. You know, healthcare is a very exhilarating experience for everybody, and it can be a very positive, but it can also be a very challenging situation. And most of us know that well, right? So what is it that gives you your passion to sort of come to work every day and do what you do? What drives that?
You know, I think, again, it goes back to the fact that, you know, we've been entrusted with a really important responsibility to help our patients achieve good health. And I think I get up every morning and think about that responsibility and what does that mean? I mean, and how are we going to deliver that? And how are we going to continue to look for better ways to help people achieve that optimal health? And like I said, I mean, there's been a lot of things that have changed over 100 years, and we're just excited every day to get up and try to figure out how do we do that even better. I mean, that's what drives me and my excitement.
Drive to help people
Yeah.
live healthier lives.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Randy, Marcia, for joining us today.
you.
And
Yeah.
thanks to the Mankato Clinic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, great.
So joining me for our second Members to Remember segment today are Greg and Mutnick from the Mankato Moondogs. Welcome to the set, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. So, obviously, for folks that are tuning in today, and when they look at Mutnick, they get a sense as to what the Moondogs are about. Clearly, it's a baseball club.
Correct.
But there's more to it than that. So, give us a little history and some facts about the Moondogs.
Yeah, absolutely. We are a summer collegiate wood bat league. So what we do is provide the best college baseball players in the country a chance to play in a simulated minor league environment. So these guys are going to go from playing in college where they're playing with aluminum bats, they're only playing 2 or 3 games a week, to attempting to play professionally where they're going to play with wood bats every day, 7 days a week. So we give them the opportunity to kind of get a taste of what that's like. So that's why you see guys come in from the best of the best college programs throughout the country. Some, as close as MSU Mankato, some as far away as UCLA, Arizona State, some of the more premier colleges that you've ever heard of. And you get them all to come in and they get the chance to figure out if they have what it takes to play professional baseball. So it's a really cool thing to see over the course of the summer.
I've never heard it described as a simulated minor league experience, but that makes all the sense in the
Yep.
world. I mean, they're living on the buses,
Yep.
right? They're constantly traveling. In the entire season, what do they get? Maybe 3 or 4 days where there isn't a game.
The team plays 72 games in 76 days. So we work them hard, but that's what happens in minor league baseball. They go all over the place. They get 8-hour bus trips where they got to get off the bus, play a game immediately, and turn around and drive back. We drive to and from Thunder Bay this year to play a game to drive back because that's the way the schedule works, and that's what minor league baseball is all about.
My goodness. Now, this year, there are some interesting celebrations, the number of years, the players that you've graduated in the major leagues. Tell us about a couple
Yeah,
of those
absolutely.
things.
It's our 15th season.
Wow.
So the Moondogs will
Congratulations.
officially be in the greater Mankato community for 15 years. Some point throughout this summer, we don't know exactly when, but we're going to get to 500,000 fans coming through.
A 500,000?
A 500,000
What,
fans.
Nick, huh? How about that?
A 500,000 fans in the greater Mankato area have
That's
come out
outstanding.
to the Frank to see us play over the last 15 years. And as recently as opening day of this year, we had our 14th Major League alumni.
14?
Yep, Tyler Naquin suited up for the Cleveland Indians, and he's the 14th Moondogs alumni to play Major League Baseball.
Now, probably the most famous of your alumni is
Curtis Granderson, but Brandon Crawford's right on his heels. He won a Gold Glove last year.
Okay.
Just got a contract extension from the San Francisco Giants, so they're 2 premier players.
So this is, I mean, the opportunity here at the Frank and with the Moondogs is you get a chance to see college kids who are hungry, who are trying to perfect their craft, and at one point, we may watch play in a World Series.
Absolutely.
We get to do that right
Yep,
here.
Yep, absolutely.
And all in the convenience of the Frank.
Exactly, yeah. You could come up and it's the intimate environment that you don't get to see anywhere else. You don't get to see these guys walk by you to go to the concession stand or the bathroom when you're up at Target Field.
Right. Now, speaking of that intimate environment, there are some things that you're going to do this season for the first time that are going to really enhance that fan experience? There's a couple of them you mentioned. Why don't you talk about those?
Yeah, absolutely. There's two major ones. One, we realize that the fan experience is the most important thing that we can maintain and protect for what we have going on. And we realize that a lot of people love to come out to games, and it's a great thing, but sometimes we get a little overcrowded.
Yeah.
So what we're going to have for the first time this year is a true sellout. So
Okay.
we realize that about 1,500 people in that park, we start to get lines too long for the bathroom and concession stands.
Okay.
So we're going to maintain that fan experience by making sure that once we get to 1,500, it's going to be a sellout, and we're going to encourage people to buy their tickets in advance. So if you come out to the game and we're sold out for that night, you'll be able to buy a ticket to next Friday's
the
game
next night,
right
or-
out there and get yourselves taken care of. So we
Or they
wanna-
could buy season tickets, I suppose,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I think we have the seats close to you guys pretty open. So,
Perfect.
We just are encouraging people to get their tickets in advance and make their plans that way. And the other very cool thing is, by talking to a lot of the groups that come out, we have a lot of businesses and family reunions and those types of things that like to come out and go to our hospitality decks. We realize that we have the Dog Pound, which is very popular. It's great. We can seat up to 1,400 people in
Mutnick's
there.
favorite place,
He
right?
loves it. We can seat 400 people up there, and then we have the Realty Executives Loft, which is one group per night that seats 75. And we found that a lot of groups love the loft, but 75 tickets is too many, so we're creating a new area that's for 35 people that includes all the food and drink and has the exclusive area for one group. It's called the Home Plate Club.
Home Plate Club.
It's going to be right down on the field level, kind of kitty corner to home plate, great view of the game, great amenities, so we can take care of groups another way. So we're taking care of the fan experience that way and via the groups coming out.
Greg, just a quick wrap up from you. I'd love to ask Mutnick, but I'm not sure what he'd give me for this answer. But where's your passion come from to do this?
It kind of started just with sports in general. I was a sport management major at MSU, and I did my grad work there as well. And sports played a really important role in my life growing up. The learning experiences you get playing sports, and then just the
Yep.
family experiences you get, going to sporting events. And it's transitioned from loving sports to loving the Mankato community and the Moondogs, because I think back to the experiences I had with my brothers and sisters and family going to games, and I remember going to the Metrodome, and it's just very cool for me to know that there are going to be people that are going to remember coming to the Frank,
Right,
and that I
right.
get to be a part of that, and we get to put that on, and we have the opportunity to be a part of
Yeah.
a community like Mankato is very cool. So that's what keeps us going over there, and that's where our passion really comes from.
Mutnick, I'm sure that makes your heart even race, right? Yeah. Well, thanks to Mutnick and to Greg for joining us today, and good luck on a wonderful season, 15th season.
Oh, thanks, guys. We'll
Yeah.
see you out the park.
Yeah, you bet.